Political fights in the United States right now are very important. The battle between one side that has a kind of backwards looking, let's return or let's become a country where if you're white, straight, and Christian, you have more rights and more power than everybody else, and that feels threatened by any attempt to even tell the truth about American history on one side, and a flawed center left, small d Democratic Party on the other. This is an important political fight, and it continues, and it's important to pay attention to it. However, there are some issues that are even bigger, and one of these is climate change. And we see that at the moment, where in the west of the United States there are record temperatures, over 100 degrees in places that are really not used to that, and that will eventually threaten people, and people will die because of that, and it's only going to get worse in the coming years. The border, the problem at the border, which is described by someone as a crisis, some don't believe it's quite a crisis yet, but it's impossible to disaggregate that from the effects of climate change. Conflicts in other countries, civil unrest in other countries, refugee crises in affluent countries, these are all directly or indirectly due to climate change. Additionally, our infrastructure problems, which we know are a problem, if you don't believe that, look at the news from Florida, are only going to get worse as sea levels rise and climate change continues. So this remains the major existential issue that we must address. And unfortunately, there are no easy answers. I'm not a climate scientist, I'm a political scientist, and I recognize that others have more expertise than me. But one thing I know is that ignoring this and pretending it doesn't exist, as one of our major political parties does, is absolutely not the right approach.